In the previous chapter, we have discussed the general idea of temperature and how to measure it. In practice, we need to assign the number or the scale, the temperature scale, to give the numerical value of the temperature. There are various ways to do this, and maybe the most familiar way is to use like the mercury temperature thermometer or the alcohol thermometer. In this figure is the example of the mercury temperature. Here, the property that we use to measure the temperature is the expansion of the mercury when we change the temperature. So when the temperature is high, we will see that the mercury will expand. But when the temperature is low, the mercury will shrink or contract, like in this figure for the higher temperature and for the lower temperature. You can see on this thermometer we have the scale to indicate the value of the temperature. In this scale, it is a Celsius temperature scale, which may be the most familiar to us when we talk about the temperature. Roughly speaking, we say that the Celsius temperature scale is defined at two calibration points. That is, they use the property of the water at two temperature. The water, that is, they use the freezing point of the water and define it as 0 degrees Celsius, and we use the boiling point of the water and define it as 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, and in between these two calibrating points, we scale the temperature linearly from 0 to 100 using and compare it with the expansion. Let's say the expansion of the mercury, like in this thermometer. And when we compare the expansion of the mercury with the scale, we can assign the numerical value of the temperature in Celsius scale. Okay. For the everyday use, the temperature in Celsius scale has no problem, but there's some disadvantage of using this way to measure the temperature. Obviously, we cannot use the mercury temperature, the expansion of the mercury, to measure the temperature beyond the boiling point of the mercury, because the mercury will change phase to gas, and after that we can use we cannot see, or we cannot use the expansion of the liquid mercury as our thermometer anymore. Also, we cannot use the expansion of the mercury below the freezing point of the mercury, because again beyond that point, below that point, the mercury will become solid, which we cannot use it as the expansion of the liquid mercury as our temperature anymore. We also use the other substance for our thermometer, like alcohol, the color alcohol that we always see that it's like a red liquid or the blue liquid, but it faces with the same problem as the mercury also. And we also have the problem if we want to measure a very precise value of the temperature, because the mercury thermometer can give a slightly different value of the alcohol thermometer, because the detail of the thermal expansion of these two substances are different, and sometimes it's not perfectly linear. So if we want to measure very accurate value or very precise value of the temperature, we need a better method to measure the temperature, and the better method we will represent in the next section.